Hello everyone, it's Friday night. That means tonight is Friday Night Live. I hope everyone's had a great week. How are we all? I'm looking here at the comments and there are so many comments. I haven't got time to read them all before I get started. So, Margaret, that's not good. The pain is back. No, we don't want that. Do rest. Yes. Oh my goodness. And Suzanne, you've had a rough trot too. We've had a couple of people here who haven't had a great run. I'm very sorry, guys. I'm looking here. While some of you were waiting, I had another video that went live. Or it was scheduled. It wasn't a live video, but it was scheduled to go up at 7 o'clock. Did anyone get time to watch it? I'm just having a little look here. I saw Katrina and Jody made comments, so thank you guys. Comments are always comment. I don't know if everyone realizes that when you comment on someone's videos or on their streams, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, it's great for them because it tells, for example, if you comment on Facebook on any post that you really like, that tells Facebook that you want to see more from that person. Okay, so then they keep showing you their stuff. So don't comment if you don't want to see more of something. But if you do want to see more of my stuff, well, then please say hello and comment or, or hit the like button. And the best one of all that is really, really helpful for those of us who are doing social media is sharing. If you share a post to your page or to a group or, as long as it's not a private group, yeah. So that is always so helpful. Even the thumbs up, if you're on YouTube, the thumbs up, and absolutely, and I will quickly mention this, subscribing is super useful. Right now, I've just got it's nothing magic is going to happen when I hit 10,000 subscribers, but it's just a little personal goal that I've had for a while. So I'm not going to get, a reward or anything, but when I hit 10,000, I'm just going to feel really good about myself. And right now, let me tell you how many I have right this second, because I looked at this earlier today and it's gone up a bit today because I did ask some of my followers. Okay, I'm at 9,925. So I've got 75 to go and I'm going to hit my magic 10,000. Like I said, nothing magic is going to happen. It's just a cool number, right? So, yes, thank you, Cherie. I like that. So Cherie said, and allow me to repeat, it's Friday night and all is clear. Take a rest, kick your shoes off, have some cheer. Not too much cheer, depending on what your version of cheer is. I mean, we're just all cheery being here together, right? Oh, you're very poetic tonight, Cherie. I see that. Yes, she's back in the house. Exactly. Do you have to spend a lot of time thinking up these rhymes, or has it just come to you? I don't know. But anyway. Oh, dear. I hope your money will not go as you wave it goodbye. Oh, we don't want you sobbing or crying. We want you very happy that you bought things that are beautiful and wonderful and make you happy. That's what we want. And look, Sheila's giving you some poetry back. So there we go. Oh, you watched the video, Margaret? That's fantastic. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So this is the card I made on the video, actually. So, yeah, this one. All right. So if you want to see how I made this one, it's the Global Video Hop. And I try and do this one every month. I'm a member of the group. We don't have to participate every month, but I try and always do it because I think it helps the YouTube numbers and also it's a chance for me to be part of a group and therefore that brings more traffic to my website. So that's really cool. This month our theme was in colors, and these are our new colors. So you can see from the top: Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Summer Splash, and Shy Shamrock. Those are the 5 colors that are brand new. I love them. And this was the card that I made this week. And the set that I used, it's called Friends for Life. Let me just grab it. Here it is. This is the set. So you can see I've used the word best, this one here. And then I also use the dies that make the friend. Okay, and they're the matching dies. These days, Stampin' Up have done us a big favor and made the stamp set and the die set have the same name. So if you have a die set, and you wonder which set does it match, it's going to have the same name as the dies and vice versa. So makes it much, much easier when we're looking for what does this match. It matches the same name set. So that's really cool. Anyway, that was the one I made. I'd already made a sample to make sure I was, make sure I was happy with it. So now I have 2. So there we go. Being Friday night, not that this will necessarily be the recipe every Friday night, but I did want to go back and do another sketch tonight, because I've been doing these the last couple of Friday nights, and we're going to be using page 22 of the new catalogue. So here's the new catalogue. If you don't have one and you're in Australia and you'd like one of these, send me a message, okay, and I'll get one in the post to you. So there's no charge. I just send those out, and then that way you. Oh, Crumpet's at the door. Crumpet wants me to let him in. Should I let him in? Oh dear. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll let him in the door because he's meowing. Goodness me. And his brother's going to be in very soon as well. And I've got the heater on, so he wants to sit down in front of the heater, right? That's how it works. Exactly. That's pretty exciting, Cherie, that number, right? Anyway, I don't have time to read all your comments right now, but I will go back at the end of the video and look at everybody's comments. So I think I can see we've got a good we've got 52 people here already that I can see. So that's both combined on both YouTube and Facebook. But it's lovely to have you all here. Hi, Donna. Goodness me, 2:30 in the morning. It's not a really great time for me to be live for you, is it? So sorry. All right. Hello, Chris. Hello, Gail. Hey, Leslie. How's your trip? Are you still traveling, or are you home again? You've ordered that bundle with the free shipping. Well, I ordered a different bundle with free shipping, and I'm going to show that bundle to you guys tonight. So let's switch over to the desk and get going. Here we go. All right, so on page 22, this is really easy to remember. Page 22, there are 22 sketches, okay? So there are it's easy to remember, 22 sketches on page 22, right? And we've done the first 2, and so tonight we're on to the 3rd one, and I've got it blown up here so that we can see what it looks like. Very easy, simple sketch. They're all really easy, but depending on what papers and things you use, you can have a myriad of different ideas. For example, this one that we're going to do tonight's got the 3 panels, all right, and then there's a circle. Now, if you want to, you don't have to make it a circle. You could do something different. So this is it, 3 panels and a circle, and then something tied around. Okay, that's kind of how they're going about it. If you have a look here, this is actually that one. All right, so you've got your 3 panels. Instead of a circle, they did like a half a piece. I know what this is. This is actually I think it's called Modern Oval, this punch. Okay, that's the one they've used, and then they've just chopped it off in line with the edge of this piece and used that shape. So you don't necessarily have to do the shapes that are shown here. This is really for inspiration. How do you blow them up? Look, I'm a bit sneaky. I'm a member of Stampin' Up Leaders group, and one of the girls in the group actually did like a document with all of them in it, and I do a screenshot, then I put it in a Word document, and then I print it out. So that's how I've been doing it. So I didn't take it from here. I took it from a separate document. So sorry, that's not very helpful, I know, but it's super, super cool. All right, I'm just having a little look. If anyone has questions for me, I'm so sorry. You guys are chatting so fast that things are just flashing by, and I don't always see your questions. So I'm hoping to I hope I can keep up with all your questions and comments and so forth. All right, this one here with the there's a piece there and then a piece offset. That's this one, but they've turned it the other way. And look, which one is this? So you can see they've actually used some of these sketches. This one here with the shapes, there's like 3 panels and then a smaller panel. Which one is that? This one. That's this one here. And instead of using a circle, they've used that modern oval punch again. So you really can sort of interpret these however you want. The sketches are meant to be used for inspiration. You do not have to follow them exactly unless you want to. You could follow them exactly, but you don't have to. So I'm not going to follow mine exactly because I want to use a new set, and I'm going to show you the set, and we'll then interpret it and see what we end up. I don't even know exactly what it's going to end up like at the moment myself. The set that I got, and I bought it on free shipping day, okay, is called Wildly Flowering. That's this one. It's on page 41 and 40, okay, and there's some really nice samples here that they've got. Super nice. What I love about this is I absolutely love the dies that go with this, and I'll show you why in a minute. So there's a stamp set. There is a die set. I'll move these out of the way. Here's the stamp set. Okay, and it's got like dandelion. Well, actually, they look like oh, what do you call those? What do you call? Somebody tell me what you call those. They're purple flowers, and they're. Why am I having a blank on this? I don't know. Purple flowers. Somebody tell me what they are, please. And they've got like a little flower. They come in white as well, but I can't remember. Ah, as a free download. Ooh, I wish I thought of that idea, Sheila. That's a great idea. No. Oh, agapanthus. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, so agapanthus are the flowers, and they come in purple and white. Really, really pretty. We've got some in our garden, actually. And then we've got like this little guy here, some little flowers, a nice little background stamp. When I was putting this on, I won't tell you, but it looked like the shape of a sheep to me. I know that probably doesn't look anything like a sheep to anybody else, but that's what I was thinking when I put it on. And then we've got some nice words. Now, what's good about these words is I would use every single one of these, okay? So this one says sending happy thoughts. You've been on my mind, or thank you. Those three sentiments to me are very usable. And I love it when I would use all the sentiments, because quite often it happens that I like all of them, maybe except for one. But yeah, this time I like them all. So I'm just going to move that out of the way for a second. I'm going to show you the other things that are in here. There's this. I'm going to skip over the dies. I'm going to come back to those last. Number 3 is the Dashing Designs embossing folder. And I used this today for some cards. Denise, if you're watching, I don't know if Ellen's watching as well, and Courtney, I had some thank you cards that I did with a Mexican theme, because we were given this card, and they've used the is it Cutest Crochet embossing folder. I don't know if you can see it, to do the background piece here, which is just strips of paper. Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Pumpkin Pie, and Gorgeous Grapes. So 4 brights and a regal. And then this was a card that we received from Shelley and Sarah. So, and it was like a final Mexico thank you, which was really lovely. But I did my version. I haven't quite finished this one, but I did my version of this card for a couple of my girls. And I have used this one. So I did my strips in the same colors. And then I used this. This is called, like I said, number 3, Dashing Designs 3D embossing folder. Super, super nice. Can you see how detailed that is? It's lovely. And then I glued all my strips onto a piece of white, and then I ran the whole thing through the embossing folder. And then I used the heartfelt, the hexagon punch to do my thank you. Okay, and that's on a black background, because this was the colors of our trip. So that's why I've used these, basically borrowed the idea from the card that I received. All right, so let's move that out of the way. You're there, yay. All right, the other thing that's in here are these. Now, I love these, and it does have a close-up. Can you see? Can you see how nice they are? But what I wasn't quite prepared for, they're quite small. Can you see how big they are next to my fingers? But they're super nice. Look at those. They are called the adhesive back textured dots. I love them. And you could use them as flower centers because of their, the texture that's in those. There's little tiny weeny ones and bigger ones. Even the bigger ones, though, are still pretty small. So I really do like these. And there's how many in a pack? 120 in a pack. So they should last a while. So, yeah, really like that. Then we have the paper. The paper is to die for. Love this 12 by 12 paper. And the colours that are mostly in this are shown here on the other page. I don't know if you can see across here. Wild Wheat, Mossy Meadow. Crumpet, what are you doing? Oh, Crumpet is eating some embellishments. Give me 1 second. What are you doing? Goodness me. This morning I was on a video and in a meeting, and he was dipping his paw into some leftover tea in a mug and tasting it. So I don't know what he thought of the tea, but he went back for more. So there we go. So anyway, so the colours in here: Wild Wheat, Mossy Meadow, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Early Espresso, and Crumb Cake. They are the main colours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when you look, sometimes there's more, there isn't in this case, but sometimes there are more colours mentioned on the back of the pack than what are actually listed here. And these are like the main ones in the book. But this one is actually exactly the same, whether you're looking at the back of the pack or whether you're looking in the book. But let's have a little look at them. I think these have got kind of like a vintage kind of a look to them. So this is Misty Moonlight. But also I was thinking boho blue. That would go nice with that as well, right? So, and you've got like a texture here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me bring it up. Can you see that? Like a linen almost. No, or canvas actually on the back of that. Then we have, look how nice. Isn't this beautiful? Misty Moonlight background. Like I said, could also go with boho blue. So if I was to pull out those two colors, let's quickly do that so you can see what I mean. So this is Misty Moonlight. See that? That is actually the same color. It's a little bit darker, but if you were wanting to use boho blue, you could. And that's boho blue. That would also work. So the lighter color in here, the watered down Misty Moonlight, actually goes quite nicely with the boho blue. So even though boho blue is not mentioned as a color in here, I think we would get away with it if you have that. All right, super nice. And on the back is kind of like, just like a, almost like a watermark on the back there. It's really nice. I love this color. That's just beautiful. Then next one, we've got the Wild Wheat. You know what? Wild Wheat is one of those colors a lot of people go, oh, I don't like that color. But when you pair it with other colors, it looks fabulous. It really does. And once again, it's got that kind of antique look about it. On the back of that one, we've got Moody Mauve and that watercolor design again. And next one, we've got some more Moody Mauve with some white flowers, white and Misty Moonlight flowers. So the Wild Wheat is in the background of this one. That's got like a texture again. Can you see the texture? It's very, very nice. Hello, Dimity. Nice to meet you. Oh, my goodness. No, I did not hear that. Oh, my goodness. Sheila, that's terrible. That's like my worst nightmare. I'm terrified of snakes, so that's a horrible story, and I do not care to know it. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Crumpet does like ribbon. He likes pretty much anything he's not supposed to be into. So, yes, this is the paper that was in my big brown box. Correct. If ever you see, if you're new around here and you see someone type the BBB, stands for big brown box, which is what we get our deliveries in. So, if anyone doesn't know that. This is really nice. Crumb cake background, that lovely texture again. Super nice with the flowers in all the different colors on it. On the back, some textured Misty Moonlight. And then we have some Moody Mauve texture on the background of that one. And aren't these nice? How lovely are these? I love them. I love all the texture. And to me, it's got a real vintage kind of appeal. So crumb cake is a color that is going to go really well with all of these. And I'm leaning towards doing crumb cake tonight. The one thing I haven't showed you yet is the dies. All right, let's quickly pull out the dies. And I want to tell you what I love about these. Right, so there are 7 dies. And we have 2 dies that just make a frame. Okay, so I thought this one would make this shape. All right, it doesn't. It just does the frame around like a little lacy frame. And then this one, I could see that one was just a frame. But the nice thing is when you cut these out, it doesn't just cut a frame, because even though this die cuts out this frame, it also cuts out the center, of course, because that's what is, you know, not part of the die shape, which means we also have this shape. So when you have frames like this, it means you have extra shapes, because even though we have 7 dies, we have more than 7 shapes, because this extra shape is created when you cut out the frame. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Then there's a small one here. This is a whole piece with the stitched edge around. That's super nice. And then this big one, of course, when you cut that one, you end up with also a big frame. I don't know if I have one of those handy, but did I cut one of those? Maybe I did not cut one of those. But anyway, you can see I've just cut these shapes. I don't think I cut the big one. I thought I did, but anyway, it's not here right now. So I wanted to show you these. This gives us a lot more versatility with this set than you might have thought, because we've got those extra shapes. These ones cut out the stamps that are in the set. Okay, this is a little background one, but 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, those images, apart from the little background stamp, those 4 images all have a die to match. Okay. Oh my goodness, Donna, I dare not do that. I know I would come home with the cat. I absolutely would not be able to go look at cats in the shelter without bringing some home. And I don't even know how many. So it's best that I don't go looking, really. I have always regretted, I'm going to tell you guys a really sad story. I'm still sad about it. When we went to get Crumpet, there was he and one other ginger cat who was his brother. They were from the same litter. The other ginger cat had more white on him. And we couldn't decide which one we wanted, and basically just had to pick one. And I picked Crumpet because he seemed more affectionate at the time. And we brought him home. Paul wasn't able to go with us that day, and I told Paul about the fact that it was the second. He said, "Why didn't you get them both?" I'm like, I didn't realize that was an option. I wish I had. And then we went back, because it was a weekend. We went back on the Monday, or I rang them on the Monday, and the other cat, he'd been taken. He'd been gone. So I was very sad that we didn't get him. And then about a month later, we saw the same cat. And we knew it was the same cat because we knew his name. He was available again. He somehow the fostering or the adoption hadn't gone to plan, and he'd been brought back. And I tried to get him again. And by the time I realized that it was the same cat and went in to try and see if we could get him as well, he was gone. So Crumpet and his brother were separated, and I've always regretted that I didn't get them both. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, the older cats. Yeah, I know. I wish I had, Cherie. I wish I'd taken both. All right, I'm going to make this card. So let's start with a piece of basic white, because you know that's usually the right place to start. And I'm so sorry. I've just realized, you know, we are 23 minutes in and I haven't even done any crafting. That's not very good, is it? I mean, we've been chit-chatting, but we haven't done any crafting. So let's do some quick crafting. And I'm deciding what colors. I'm thinking let's go with a crumb cake base. So this piece, let's make sure this is going to fit. Yes, it does. So this is 10 centimeters wide by 14.3 long. And let's decide what color to go with. I really like this one. And I also liked, I'm deciding, I also like this blue one. I think maybe the blue. This is really pretty. Look how nice this is. So let's do our 3 panels. So you can see they're a little bit down from the top. I'm thinking they're probably about 12 centimeters long, but I'm going to start with 13 because I can always cut shorter, but I can't add on, right? So let's start with, well, let's go 12 and a half. Let's split the difference. And then we'll see how we go. All right, so I'm going to do a 3-inch. You're thinking, why am I doing 3 inches? Well, 7.5 inches. Sorry, 7.5 centimeters if you prefer to do centimeters, or 3 inches. It's about the same, okay? And then we're going to go, if you're doing inches, 3 1-inch panels. I've just realized why. I was cutting paper this morning and I've obviously left a little bit in my trimmer, and so that's why it wasn't quite cutting properly. All right, so that's better. Now it's going to work. And let me just snip off that end that I messed up. That's me not cleaning my trimmer blade properly. All right, so you can see I've got this flower design that's going across here. And I'm going to let's see how this looks if I need to chop any off, if I need to make it shorter. I could. I mean, it's not necessary, but I could make it shorter if I need to. So I want my pattern to kind of go across. Yeah, it's not too bad. What do you think? Should we take a tiny bit more? I might take like a tiny bit off the top. Just line that up again. And I'm just going to make it, and I'm just going to go, so it's now going to be 12 centimeters long, which is what I thought in the first place, right? And let's pop this here. Yeah, that's better. That one goes there, that one goes there, and that one goes there. So you want your pattern to go across, and that looks really nice. So we can put these on dimensionals if we want to, which would look nice, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to put them straight onto my piece here with Tombow or whatever glue you like. So this is going to be a very quick, easy card. And I'm going to have it so it's around about the same amount at the top as the bottom. So I'm going to move that down a little bit. All right. And then this is the next one. Actually, I'm going to do this one over on the other side next, and we'll put the middle one in last. You know what? Many times we have thought about getting another cat. We know that if anything ever happens to one of ours, we would have to get another one pretty straight away, because I think they would be devastated without a friend. They would miss each other terribly. So, yeah, I think we would be off to the shelter to get another cat immediately. They are such good mates for each other, and I would hate to see one without the other. Both our cats are special. Crumpet, you know, being the younger, is, you know, more energetic. Well, he's a lot of fun all the time. But I have to tell you that it would be yeah, I don't think we'll ever get another cat like Merlot. He has just been, he's got such an amazing personality. He's such a mother to Crumpet. You know, they're super, super good together. So, yeah, I would hate to see anything happen from one to the other. Aren't these colors nice? Isn't this a beautiful paper? So I love it. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a sponge dauber because I want to go around the outside of this. So I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to use some crumb cake ink. I need to get myself a new crumb cake ink pad. This one is very long in the tooth, to the point that the color has changed to green. It doesn't even look like crumb cake. Look how green it is here. All right, so I'm actually going to, and my crumb cake pad has seen better days, so I'm actually going to get a new one. Sometimes, I mean, I know for a lot of people, they would be horrified that, you know, I need to go and get a new ink pad, but for me, they're tools of business, and I want them to be in good shape all the time. So I'm just going to go around this, and I'm looking at this now. I'm wondering if that's dark enough. I think I might go up to a darker color. Pecan pie or early espresso, either one I think will work. This is quite dark, so let's go with that. And I'm going to darken up this edge. Yeah, that's better. I really want a darker edge. Can you see how nice that is? That looks better. Well, both of ours are de-sex Toms, so yes. Something I didn't know, because I'd never taken, you know, we actually got Merlot from a friend. So he was somebody else's cat, and they got him originally from the RSPCA. So he's been with a number of families in his life, and we don't really know a lot about his earlier background. But when I took Crumpet to be desexed after we got him, which was part of the deal, you had to do that. I didn't know that they tattoo their ears. Everyone knows this, right? Because I didn't know it, but I think everybody else seems to know it. Yeah, I found that quite sad. All right, I'm deciding. I've got this piece here that is from this stamp set, and I'm wondering if I should use that instead of a circle and maybe move it up a little bit because I don't want to be completely over. Or maybe I should put this up this end because I like this flower up the top. And so maybe I should have it up the other way. So I'm thinking about maybe having this here instead of a circle. If we do want a circle, oh, there you go. Look what I found. That's the other one. I told you I thought I did this. So this is the other frame, and of course when you cut that frame you also get this piece. All right, and it has dots on the both pieces, so that one die gives you these two shapes. So this is another reason why I love this set so much. You get all these extra pieces. Another possibility is I could use the modern oval punch too, but you know that's not a lot smaller than this, so I'm thinking maybe I just stick with that piece. What do you guys think? And I'm thinking I'm going to have this You've Been on My Mind because I really like that one. And I think this is a nice, that will fit. Yes, it will certainly fit. I'm just going to pop that down. So let's pop that on a block. And what color will I go with? I'm thinking maybe Mossy Meadow. Either Mossy Meadow or Early Espresso. What do you guys think? Mossy Meadow or Early Espresso for my words? What do you think, guys? Anybody got a thought about that? It's okay to be a dog person. You're allowed to have dogs or cats or whatever animals you would like. Early Espresso. Okay, Early Espresso it is. Maybe I will go around. Oh, I was going to say I'll go around the shape, but it's got the dots, or it's like stitching, and I don't normally go around the outside with a dauber if I have stitching usually, because I like the stitching to do the talking. All right, you says You've Been on My Mind. Isn't that a nice font? Look at that. It's lovely. All right, so that's going to go across this side here and just ever so slightly go over the edge. And underneath that, notice how they've got some thread here. And I'm thinking some linen thread for this would be perfect because linen thread is perfect for nearly everything. So before I attach my greeting here, I'm going to zip this around. Now, where do I want that? Yeah, that's about right. So I'm going to go around a couple of times. And I'm going to tie this over here on one side. Now I'm only going to tie it loosely for the moment because I'm not 100% sure where I want that to be. Let me just push these up. And then this piece is going to go across here. And so we don't want to tie, we want to tie our ribbon, our thread, so that the knot or the bow, whatever you're doing, can be seen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hold that down for a second. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. So let's come in here and I'm going to pop 2 dimensionals on each side. Let's pop those off there. So who else loves this set? I can't believe I didn't even pay it any attention when the catalogue came out. It was only really, I started, you know, checking out the samples, and also I saw a couple of people, I can't even remember who now, but I saw somebody playing around with this and thought to myself, ooh, that's really nice. I'm actually going to use this set. Once I got the idea of how good the dies are, I thought this would be a fantastic scrapbooking set. So I do plan on using this as one of my color themes in my next scrapbooking class, which is at the Hunter Valley on the first Thursday in June. So we do it every 2 months, and that'll be my next one. All right, liking this. I'm going to grab my scissors and just chop those shorter. And I'm just going to move that out. Now, the dimensionals are also doing the job of holding the thread in place, okay? And now this will go on our piece that we folded earlier. I mean, very simple card. There is nothing wrong with simple, guys. Please don't feel that you have to create, you know, the heck out of everything all the time. Feel free to use simple designs, and you can, you know, we can step this up as much as you like by adding embellishments. We could add embossing. We could do a whole bunch of different things and make it a little bit more complicated if that's what you want to do. But sometimes all you want is a simple card, right? You just want something quick and easy. This is looking good. I really like the way this is coming together. It is hard to lose an animal. I've lost too many in my lifetime to think about it, and I hope not to have to do that again anytime soon. And I know there's some people here who've been through that fairly recently, and I'm very sad for them because it's a horrible thing. Now, what have I done with my, I showed you guys the gorgeous little textured dots, right? I showed them to you. So I know they're here on the table somewhere, and I've somehow managed to, oh, here they are. Found them. Stop looking. Ta-da! It would be nice on a mossy meadow base, indeed. The other thing that would be really nice, and I probably can't do it now because I put my bow on, but you could also attach this, but I would have moved the whole thing over a little bit, and you could have that scallopy edge and a little bit of a gap in between. That would also look really nice, but it would cover up a lot of our paper. So I'm going to save that one for another one. Actually, I've just realized something. I cut two at a time. Cut some of these simple shapes you can cut two at a time, and this is actually, if I can get it apart. Come on. I know you're here. Here we go. Ta-da! It's two. So there we go. All right, I'm going to use these because I love them. So let's get my take your pick tool, and I'm going to put a larger one. I'm deciding where I'd like them to be. I'll put one down here. These are so nice. I love these. Who's noticed these? They're gorgeous. So happy I got them. All right, and I'm going to call that a finished card. Even though it's super, super simple, this is just following our sketch, doing a few little different things to it, but the papers and the elements on this card just make it so pretty and so easy. Okay, so the set is called Wildflower Designs. Okay, hi Leanne, nice to see you there. It's called Wildflower Designs, and the dies that match are the same name, Wildflower Designs. The whole stamp set though, the whole bundle is called Wildly Flowering, and it's got this gorgeous, gorgeous vintage kind of looking paper. It's on page, what did we say? Page 40 and 41. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I remembered. All right, so this is on 41. You've got these gorgeous papers. You've got this beautiful embossing folder called Dashing Designs, the really cute dots that you just saw me use, the stamp set and the dies. You can buy any of these elements all by themselves, or if you wanted to, you can buy the whole suite with the embossing folder, the paper, the dots, the stamps and the dies for $136.75 for the whole suite. And I think it's beautiful. So yeah, I know it's such a simple card, isn't it? But it looks magnificent. We followed our sketch, and this is how it turned out today. I think it looks really good. I'm very, very happy. All right, so this is my first card. Do we want to maybe do a second one or something similar? Maybe. I think maybe I'll just go on some, this is basic white again, so I'm just going basic white thick. I'm just going to fold it over. This is half a sheet, cutting, then folded, like you cut the sheet in half and fold it in half again to make your card base. Okay, so super nice. Let's have a look and maybe do just on the white this time for something different. And let me see. this time I'm thinking maybe I will go with the crumb cake. And I really, really like this. So I'm just going to we're kind of going to make this up as we go along. So let's see. I'm going to go 7.5 centimeters, which is 3 inches, by the way, for anyone who's wondering. And I'm going to have that then 11.5 or 4.5 inches. 11.5 centimeters is roughly 4.5 inches, for anyone who's wondering. Okay, looks really pretty. And it's got a little bit of the Moody Mauve and the Misty Moonlight in it. It's super nice. Because it's got those colors in it, I'm deciding which colors I want to add. And I'm thinking maybe this time, maybe I will add my frame. So we might lose some of this blue in the middle, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm going to grab my some Moody Mauve, and we'll do we could do black. How about we do black? Would that make it pop? I mean, I could pop this on a Moody Mauve base and it would look nice, but if I do black, it's going to pop it more. What do you guys think? Do you think so? Oh, goodness me. How distressing, Cherie. Oh, we need to stop talking about this. That's too sad. I'm so sorry. Oh, that sounds like a nice day tomorrow, Donna. I'm very happy about that. Navy. Ooh, well, that's different again. I think black, and that's what I think it's going to pop it. They would all look good. Everyone's got different ideas. So we've had people say Misty Moonlight, people saying blacks, people saying, yep. So we could use any of the colors in this. Now I'm kind of all right. So what was the first person to name a color? Let me go back. Chris said black. Chris, I think you were first. And then Cheryl said navy after that. All right, so black it is because Chris was the first. And I will just go in and pick up some black cardstock. And I know this is 7.5 by, what did I say? I better double check. 11.5. Okay, so that means this is going to be 12 by 8. It's going to be half a centimeter larger on each side. So let's go with that. And 8. And this will pop. So any of the colors would have looked good, but it is going to pop really nicely on the black. All right, so I'm going to attach these. Super easy, nice card. And how are we going for time? Now, if I can finish this card in the next few minutes, I've got one more thing today I'd like to show you, something else that's new that I haven't showed you before because I haven't even looked at it myself yet, but I know you're going to like it. So let's have a little play. All right, on the back of this, I'm going to pop some dimensionals. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put one in the middle so we don't sag, because no one likes to sag. I know I always say that, right? I like it less and less the older I get. All right, let me see. What have we got here? That's looking nice. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to put one of these here. And we're going to lose our blue flower, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. All right, so I'm going to put and I'm just going to pop that right in the middle. So I want to have it so it's the same distance from either side and around about the same distance top and bottom. So it's pretty centered. Whoop. And then once it's down and it's stuck in place, it should stay there rather nicely. Looks pretty. Now, this piece is the piece that was left over from that. I don't want to lose everything. I want to go with the smaller piece like what we used on the last one. So I'm going to grab my dies. Let me find them. And I'm going to use this smallest one because you can see that's considerably smaller, and that gives us a little bit of a gap in between, which I think looks really nice. So let's quickly whip that through some white. I always try and keep white handy so that if I suddenly need it, like in this case, I've got some. I'm looking for basic white, not thick. So give me 1 second. There we go. There's a piece. And so I'm going to cut this straight through my cut and emboss machine. Now, for anyone who's wondering, we do have craft along coming up next Thursday, Thursday at 2 o'clock. Very happy for anyone who's free at 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon to come along and watch. All right, let me see. What do I want to have on here? Now, interestingly, even I could, if I want to, make this a landscape card because these greetings, like you've been on my mind, and thank you are going to fit best this way. The thank you would fit okay portrait. What do you think, guys? Landscape or portrait? Or I could, if I wanted to have a different greeting, not this set, I could go portrait. This is the thank you will fit, but these two need to go landscape if I'm going to use those. What do you guys think? And because we can't see any blue, I'm actually going to use Moody Mauve for the color to stamp on here because we've got some of that here. So I think that works. I'm missing a few comments. Sorry, I've just got to scroll down quickly. Oh, thanks, Sean. Look, it is true that when you use them, you see possibilities that you don't necessarily see in the catalogue, right? And that's just how it is. So you hate cutting it up? Look, this will sound like a true salesperson thing to say, and I hope you won't take, you're thinking landscape. Everyone's saying landscape. Okay, landscape it is. All right. And will I go, you've been on my mind again? Thank you. The sending happy thoughts is a little bit long for this smaller piece. It would be all right on the bigger piece, but not on the smaller one. So will I go, you've been on my mind, or thank you? What do you guys think? Anyone got thoughts on that? Everyone's decided they want landscape, so that's easy. The Lily Pond Lane Suite. I don't have that one, Monique. I've got other ones I had to have first. My favorite at the moment is a toss-up between this one and that Full of Life one that I just made this card with. I love this set. And those are the two sets I'm going to use at my next scrapbooking class. So I love them both. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you it is. And you know what? I don't think I've even put the thank you together yet. So I wasn't obviously planning on using it. But I'm going to do a quick, super quick put together of the stamp. I take the backs off. And then I get my little sheet of labels, and I peel part where the split is to make it easier. I peel that back and dog ear it like so. Okay, then I grab the whole thing and I peel the whole thing off with the dog ears on the back. Then I get my block, a block that's going to work like size wise, and I can see it there. I'm going to use those dog ear bits to peel that off, and then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to line it up with my stamp. And because it's see-through, the block is see-through, you can see exactly where you're going, and now the stamp is together. So when they take it off, it's ready to put away, or I can use it to stamp, which is what I plan on doing. So let me get my Moody Mauve out because it's going to match in with these colors here around the edges. And there we go. That's very nice. Now, I can see if you don't have linen thread is going to be almost necessary, not quite, but almost necessary with this this paper, because it's got, you know, it's kind of a crumb cake color, isn't it, linen thread? It goes with it beautifully. So I'm just going to pop some dimensionals behind this because I want, given that I've got my frame on flat, it's going to add some interest to have this up on dimensionals. So let me position this in the middle, like so. Looks rather good, but there's a lot of white around that. You know what I could have done? I could have stamped around the edge with my flowers. That might have looked good. But I'm deciding. I've got a couple of options now. I can use my little dots again. I mean, those are just so beautiful. And I'm thinking, should I have used some of this little background stamp? I probably should have, and I should have done it before I stuck it on. But oh well. This one I have taken off already. So let me grab my crumb cake ink, and I'm just going to add a bit of texture with this stamp. It just is going to add some so can you see how that looks? It just adds something there. And then I think more dots. What do you think? More dots? Have I lost them again? I think I do. I think I have. So let's see if I can find them. They're probably underneath all the mountains of paper that I have right here on the desk. And as I pack all these things up, I will no doubt find them. Here they are. But I'm thinking linen thread. And let's tie a little bow. So linen thread is one of my must-have items. I've got a few things that I try and never run out of. I try and never run out of white cardstock. I try and never run out of dimensionals, glue dots, Tombow, and linen thread is another must-have for me. So I'm thinking that this might look rather good here. So let's add a glue dot behind that. All right, so I'm going to grab my, what do I do with my scissors? I put them somewhere, but oh well, I've got another pair, so it's no biggie. I reckon I have the record. I can lose things faster than almost anybody. Almost anybody, not quite. All right, and let's add a couple of these in now. Actually, I might keep them all on the label, so I need to move that. Oh, I got the sticky stuff off the back. Oh, that one might have to stay there. Oh, well. I kind of wanted them here and here, but that's okay. We shall just amend that. That looks fine. And I'm going to call that finished as well. Oh my goodness, we have 2 finished cards. What do we think? Do we like them? I like them both. I like this one the most, but I like them both. You know what? There's something that's in the new catalogue that they have given us that we haven't had before is that list of basics. So if you're a new crafter and you're thinking, I don't know where to start, like I like this idea of crafting, but I just don't know what to get first. There is on page 16 and 17, the top 10 of crafting essentials. There's a couple of things I would add to this. So they're saying good scissors. I would add a trimmer. Okay, I think a trimmer is a necessity, but you know, you can start with scissors and it won't take you long to realize that you need a trimmer. Then multi-purpose glue, dimensionals, ink pads. Now this is saying Stampin' Spots. That's a good place to start because, you know, it's going to give you some basics, but I think any ink pads would be fine. A couple of blocks. They are suggesting blocks D and E. I think actually C and D are very useful. Eventually, if you have any bigger stamps, you might need E, but C and D I think are the 2 most useful for me. A sentiment stamp set is a great starting spot. I agree. Punches, great spot. Note cards and envelopes, all cardstock. and then something to clean your stamps with. Okay, now you can get away until you have a chamois or a scrub. You can get away with baby wipes just temporarily. So, you know, that's another thing. And then, of course, number 10, very important, you need a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, someone who can help you and teach you new things. That would be me. So these are what they're suggesting are their crafting essentials. If I was going to take out anything, I maybe would say you can live without punches initially, although they're a really great tool. But I would be throwing linen thread in on this list. Okay, I think that's really important, and probably glue dots. That would be my other. That would be my other thing. You put a trimmer in your starter kit. Perfect, Sheila. That's such a good idea. All right, have we got time? It's 8:27, and I want to finish up. Do we have time to do a kit? As in, have a look quickly at a kit. This is a new one. It's called City Sights. Some of you may have seen it. It's available now. Stampin' Up! Released 2 new stamp sets every. Yeah, I agree. The demo should be number 1, but I think it's great that they made it clear that you do need a demo. Yes, we have time. All right. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to open this, but I'm thinking I might not actually get around to making anything with it tonight. Maybe we leave that for Sunday night, maybe? What do you think? But I want to show you because it's super nice. This is a new kit. And to be honest, I will show you, this inspired something for me. Okay, so this set is called City Sights. It is a stamping set. So here are your stamps. See the little cityscape they've given you here, and then some clouds or something going on in the sky there. I don't know. Pollution? I don't know. Could be. That's a bit rude, isn't it? And then let's open this up. There is a Stampin' Spot in here. This is Pebbled Path, which is one of the current in colours from last year's colours that is still current. So that's the colour that they're working with. And they've got bases already pre-prepared. Now, when I did anyone who was here and watched my last Technique Tuesday, and we did lots of textured backgrounds? I actually, that particular technique class that we did last Tuesday was inspired by this set, because I looked at the texture background and went, oh, so easy. That would be so easy to recreate. And I will maybe do this particular, maybe this would be a nice thing to do Sunday night. I'll show you how to use the set, but then I'll show you how to create a similar background yourself. What if we did that? You've not really looked into kits this much time. Well, that's okay. You don't have to. Well, I think it's meant to remind you of New York, Leslie. So that is, I think, oh, you just got this one kit today, Megan. Fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. So if you open these, you've got some gorgeous little, are they copper? I think they're copper. It's hard to tell. They're almost silvery, coppery. So I really like those. And then there's mini dimensionals. So this is one of those kits where you don't need anything extra. Okay, there's a block. These blocks are not as thick as our regular blocks. So this is the same size as D. But if you have a look at the D block, that is our regular one that you would purchase. This one has like finger holders. So it makes it really easy to hold. This one is still fine. You can do exactly the same job with it. It just doesn't have the finger hold bits. But it's a smaller block, but it comes in your kit. So if you don't have any blocks, it's a great way to get started. And then we have on the back, underneath here, we have our instructions, and it tells us what's in our kit. So it makes 4 of each of the 2 different designs. Now see how the background has like this lovely textured kind of a look? That was what made me think, oh, I should do textured backgrounds, because I reckon I could use ink pads and create something very similar. And that's where last Tuesday's class started. So there you go. Oh, yes, I actually have a new kit that hasn't been released yet. And when that one comes out I think it might be coming out in June. I'm not sure, Donna, but if it is that one, then I will have it all ready to show. So that's exciting. So you can see you've got these lovely backgrounds. This is card 1. This is card 2. Okay, and it shows you what stamps you're going to use, in what order, and how it all works. Okay, so it does a happy birthday sentiment. And what's nice about these cards is you could give them to a guy or a girl. Okay, this is not it's not a I love the card bases too. I think it's super nice. So I think it's like unisex, this one. It's not particularly limited to guys or girls. So there are the envelopes, which are gorgeous. There's 4 of each. This one's got like a barely, is it basic beige is the color? And you can see how it's like the ink pad's been rubbed over the envelope. Okay, and this one's, I believe that's boho blue. Is it boho blue? Looks like it to me. So it looks like this color, doesn't it? Don't you think? I think that's what it is. So those are the envelopes. And then these are your card bases. How nice are these? So you've got this one. Love it. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got some greetings already done. You've got them in the different languages. Happy birthday if you're wanting to send it to someone who is an English speaker. But maybe you want to send one to someone else who's not an English speaker, and that would be fine. And then we have these die cut pieces to cut out, to push out, I should say. And then we also have the other card base. I think they're beautiful. I mean, they even look nice as they are, even if you didn't add anything to them. I think that's a beautiful card. Sydney by the Key. Exactly. It is boho? Yeah, I thought it was. Ah, there you go. Was that from someone who'd been in Mexico? Because we all got given in Mexico, we all got given a kit, which I haven't even opened up my kit yet, but I've got it sitting here. I'm excited to see when it's released. Okay, and these are like a little corrugated banners that you can add to the cards. Aren't they nice? So let's have a look. So the banner here with the flagged end, that's this one, and you would just push that out. Can you see that? And then the other one is just a straight piece, and that goes behind here. All right, so you've got your cityscape to stamp, okay, on those pieces that you push out, and then you're just going to add them. I just think it's very, very simple, but they're beautiful. So then there's also this one here that says thinking of you today, and then that one is the one that was added to this card with the straight corrugated banner behind. This one is the happy birthday one. And then you've got your little dots, 3 dots on each card. Aren't they nice? Love them. So that is a new kit. I should have looked up to see how much it is. I'm going to guess it's around the $42 mark, thereabouts. Let me quickly look and I will tell you, because I should know that, but I do not, because I forgot to look that up before I started. It's $37 actually, $37, and yes, it does include an ink pad, the little Pebble Path ink pad, and the stamps to make the cards. Okay, there's a second set right now called Hello Hollyhocks. That one I don't believe has any. That one doesn't have any stamping. And that one is $25. So that one is just glue and stick it together. They are fantastic if you're wanting to craft with people who've never crafted before, or with children, or you have a group that is just getting started. Fantastic for that kind of thing. So I think that if you haven't used a kit before, you will find them very very easy as an introduction to somebody, and that is the purpose of them. They're there to introduce people to stamping, and to introduce people to the joy of putting something together and thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I made it myself. And that's what we're trying to do, right? So that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm actually going, when are the next online exclusives? Okay, then they will be released to customers in July. Okay, and demonstrators will get their first look at them in June, and will be able to order them, I believe, in June. So it might have been Donna that showed it. I don't know. I don't like to show them until they're available, because I worry that it's okay. I think it's one thing to show things. I mean, it's everyone's choice, of course, and I can show stuff that's upcoming. But what I worry about is that by the time it actually gets released, you might have forgotten about it. So I usually like to show them when they're actually available, except for if we have a pre-order. If it's a pre-order and we've already got the product and we're actually creating stuff with it, and it's pre-order is only the month before something gets released. So I wanted to make sure that this particular kit is actually going to go live in June. and then I will straight away use it so that you guys can see it. But anyway, what do you think? Do we like this kit? What do you think of it? I really liked it. I like the colors. I like that it's not a particularly feminine kit. We've got some nice stamps, and I can see that these would be nice. Some of you know I like to do diorama cards. I think this would be great for diorama cards. You could, do a whole city at the back of the card and looking through the window at the city in the background. I think that'd be fun. So I may have a little play around with that. Oh, and look, there's some tear and tape in there too. I missed that. So the tear and tape is part of the kit as well. So let's put all these pieces back in. Super nice. I'm really liking it. You like to see in advance so you can budget for it. I think it's good for demonstrators to see in advance, but not so much customers, because then customers think to themselves, oh no, I want that, but I can't buy it. I have to wait. And some people just don't like waiting. All right, I'm going to pull these back out so that you can see how beautiful they turned out. I think they really turned out nice. These are the little textured dots I was talking about that I've added to both cards. I think they're super, super nice. And of course with paper and the beautiful wildflower designs, which I think are just gorgeous. What do you think tonight? Do you think these are good? All right, guys. Well, it's gone it's 8:37, so it's time for me to say bye-bye. If you haven't already watched my hot video where I made these cards, that went up on the YouTube channel at 7 o'clock tonight. So if you haven't watched this, you can go and watch that right now, and I'll show you how to make this gorgeous little card. And also it focuses on the ink colors and all the things. And of course, this is the last week of our in color joining special. Okay, if you have thought about joining, or even if you haven't, we have the most amazing kit special right now. So you can join Stampin' Up as a demonstrator, or we have lots of different kinds of demonstrators. We have people who join for the discount, and a lot of them stay around for the community because it's fabulous. But then there's people who want to make maybe a little bit of extra money on the side or something like that. There are tons of different ways to be a demonstrator and be part of the fabulous community of demonstrators. So if this is something you've thought about, if you would like a discount on all your orders, and if you'd like to get a great deal, right now you can join for $169. I'm going to actually pull over back to myself so you can see me. You can join for $169. You will get $235 of your choice, whatever you would like. So it's a great way to save on your order, and there's free shipping as well. But on top of that, until the last day of this month, until the 31st of May, they are giving away all of the ink pads, the in-color cardstock, the in-color DSP, and all the in-color markers, which are these ones, all right? These are the colors that are current of these in the cardstock, the ink pads, the markers, and the DSP. You will get all of that. It's worth $144 completely free. It's such a good deal. I would not be doing my job as your demonstrator very well if I didn't tell you about this and help you make the most out of this offer. Okay, this is the best deal we have. It's one of the best deals we've had in the last 18 years, one of the better ones. So if you are thinking this is a great thing, reach out. You can send me a message, or you can head over to my blog and just hit the join my team button and just do it. Okay, it's easy. All you need is a credit card, and everything will be shipped out straight to you. Okay, if you have any questions, please ask me. I've been doing this now for 18 years this year, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I love all of you guys. I love that we get to spend time together on our videos, Friday nights, Sunday nights, and also on Tuesday afternoons. And then Craft Along. Craft Along will be next Thursday, and we're playing with the Unbounded Love suite of products. Unbounded Beauty is what it's called. So lots and lots of cool things happening. I hope that you will come back and spend some more time. I'll be back again Sunday night. If you have any questions, just reach out. I'm here. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm aiming for that 10,000. So let's hit the magic number just to make me feel good, not for any other reason, because I think it'll be a fun target to reach. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy. stay warm because it's been cold in the morning. So maybe you get to stay in bed a little bit longer and snuggle up. Sounds good to me. All right. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.